The World Junior A Challenge and CJHL Top Prospects game aren't just an opportunity for the best players in Junior A to represent their league and country. As director of NHL Central Scouting Dan Marr explains, it's a chance for NHL scouts to see what these kids can do.
Well, NHL scouts are going to look for good players, and it doesn't matter what league that they're in. And there's peaks and cycles where some years there's a abundance of players in certain leagues, and other years there's down years. So the CJHL has a good history of players that have gone on to play in the National Hockey League, and if the good players are there, then the NHL scouts are going to be there.
The number one difficulty in assessing CJHL players is judging a player's success against the quality of competition. But the scouts say that's not the case in a best-on-best tournament like this.
It's tremendous value for the scouts on a couple of fronts. Number one, you have all these players in one location, so you're not having to travel all over the place. And then you're kind of guaranteed to have a level of competition that's going to be very competitive. A lot of times, on the schedule, if you're watching a top team play one of the lower teams in the league, sometimes you don't get a full competitive value because the players don't have to work that hard to get their accomplishments done. When they're here, these kids are ready for every game. Some of these kids, when they're wearing the logo on the chest of their country, they make sure that they're prepared and they're going to give every good effort that they can. Then they know that there's NHL scouts here and college recruiters here watching them play, so they're motivated to give it their best game. I would say minimum there's 3 to 4 scouts for every NHL team here, in addition to the college recruiters that come in to catch the games. And the combination of the prospects game being included in the World Junior A Challenge this year has meant that the scouts have stayed a little longer here in order to catch the two teams at the end of the tournament.
Canada West captain Sam Jardine was a 6th-round pick of the Chicago Blackhawks in the 2011 NHL Draft. A veteran of the tournament, Jardine knows the Junior A Challenge helped him get noticed.
Very much so. I think that was maybe like a coming out party for me. And then followed it up with a very strong regular season back in Camrose and playoff run and eventually RBC Cup. And this tournament is very nice for exposing the young talent in Canada and the World Junior A and Junior A levels all around Canada League. So it's very important that Junior A players in Canada get the same level of exposure as maybe a major junior player would.
With a number of players distinguishing themselves during the tournament, fans of the challenge are sure to hear some familiar names come draft day. Justin Morissette for Hockey Canada at the World Junior A Challenge.